And we are live for another Founder Wisdom Pod. Top guest with us today, Damon Pistulka. Quite a successful guy there, has a wood and trails for his backyard. I'm really envious. I could train for my ultra events right there, and laughs a lot. So I really relate to Damon on that one. I think business is about having fun, making great money, and laughing. He has his own podcast, by the way, if you want to listen to it. This podcast, just before we get into it, has been brought to you by podbuyer.com. If you want to start, scale, or be invited to a podcast, podcasts are amazing. Damon will tell you he has his own for learning, for connecting with great guests, even for making money, having deals come your way. So, Damon, really glad to have you on. By the way, Damon's pod is called The Faces of Business. Damon, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit more about yourself and your businesses.
Yeah, Charles, thanks for having me today. A little bit about me. I got an engineering degree out of college. I started working in businesses and ultimately started running them for investment owners. And then about in 2010, I stopped doing that. And in 2015, I started doing it with my current partner, where we founded Exit Your Way and began helping private founders of businesses grow their businesses to the value they want, make them really attractive to the next buyers, and sell them. So we're helping them create wealth with their business so they don't have to work anymore if they don't want to.
And who's a good fit for your services? What's a business that's ready to be sold?
Yeah, that people that we're usually working with are, age-wise, you're in your 40s, maybe up to 60, and you have a goal and it's beyond your business, and you want to generate wealth so you can achieve those goals, philanthropic, any other kind of things you want to do, leave money for your family and your children and grandchildren and all that. But you have something you want to do beyond your business, and we help them realize that and help them achieve their goals.
And do you need some criteria to be qualified as a client? Let's say I have a business, I'm losing money on a yearly basis. I have a bunch of employees. Most of them are not producing much. Plus, I'm losing clients all the time. I'm guessing I would be a good fit for you. So what would be like a great business, a business that's in shape to be sold?
Yeah. Well, our clients are typically going to be somewhere in $5 to $25 million top line revenue range. They're making money. They have a team in place. They're executing, and they're just not executing quite well enough to generate the value that the owner wants to get out of the business before they leave. And second, they're not attractive to the next buyer. So most of our work really comes into creating the right team and getting the business growing the way it needs to be.
And how do you do that precisely?
We do it with a couple different things. One is, on the sales side, we bring in a lot of sales and marketing experts in that specific industry to be able to overhaul that process, because usually there's something wrong on the front end. They're really good technically, but they really didn't think about sales and marketing as a process of generating interest and closing business. A lot of people are really good at what they do. They're not good at selling or getting awareness out and selling what they do. So a lot of our work is working with specialists to do that, and then build their internal team around that so they can support that and keep it going. And then on the executive side of it, we build their leadership team up to the point so that they are appropriate for the next buyer to be attractive. So the owner can't have all the knowledge in their head, because when they leave, the value of the business goes away. So we create the team that can develop and execute a growth strategy, and they're doing it before we sell the business. So those two things really take the business to the next level for the buyer.
Any niches that you prefer nowadays, or that you've been seeing growing like crazy in this market?
Yeah, we've had, the ones that really are attractive to us right now are manufacturing, healthcare, and e-commerce. Those are three that we've been we've been doing a lot of work in. We've done a lot of work in construction as well, because the construction, although it's kind of slowed in some sectors of the construction industry, a lot of infrastructure construction is just booming and working in there. And e-commerce has always been a good, sound sector for us, because even though there was a bump with COVID and it's kind of smoothed back out, good e-commerce companies are still making good money, still selling a lot of products and doing that. And then in healthcare, there's been a tremendous amount of roll-up activity with investors at a larger size, clinics and other things. But in the occupational rehabilitation where we're working, there's a smaller clinic level that is ripe for some of our clients. We're working with them to roll up more clinics into one to create a bigger business and do that as well. So part of our work is acquisitions too. We help our clients buy businesses to build their businesses fast, because if organic growth won't get you there, acquisition can get you there faster.
And acquisitions, is the nature of the deal the same as selling a business? You get like 5% ish when you sell a business. When it's an acquisition, is it the same percentage?
It's different. It's different. And it really depends on the kind of acquisition that we're doing. Some are fairly simple. So it's not like the sale of a business, because we get paid more on a consulting fee basis, fixed fee, even fixed amount. And it's staged too, because you can want to buy 3 businesses and you don't know if you're going to get any of those deals done. So we do some initial work, and and then there's phase 2, then there'd be phase 3 to get it all the way through. There's no sense even talking about them until you know how far you are, and get a fixed price for phase 1, fixed price for phase 2, fixed price for phase 3, as appropriate.
Your success rate, the average success rate is 25%. Yours
on selling.
Yeah,
on selling.
right. And okay, 90% is your success rate. How do you literally 3.5x that? Like, what's your secret recipe?
It's most businesses that are put on the market, they do not even consider the buyer. They sell them as is, whereas so say a home. Now selling a home in the US 25 years ago, you would just put it on the market and try to sell it. Well, now, everything's put up to shape. They're staged with furniture in them. They're all set up so that's very inviting to the buyer. We do the same thing with a business. I mean, we get the owner out of the business enough so it's valuable without them. We get the business growing on a trajectory that makes sure that the buyer is going to see tremendous value growth after they own it, as soon as they buy it, and it's going to continue to grow. And we're going to upgrade systems and get some simple systems in place so they can track it, along with a monthly review / board. We set up advisory boards and go through a monthly board meeting process as well. And it's all set up so the buyer and the seller of the business are set up for success going forward after the sale.
Love it. You've been a fractional CEO as well, COO.
Yes.
I've got a company that's called fractional.com that provides meetings, leads, and clients for fractionals, because I've seen this industry grow like crazy, and I think there's a lot of work for fractional CFOs, fractional COOs, and fractional CEOs. Tell us about that service that you've started offering.
Yeah, we've been doing it. We've been doing it for a long time, and really it's because fractionals are either going to come in for 2 things. One is as a normal course of business. And that's a certain kind of fractional COO or CEO that's going to come in and just keep the business on track. Our fractional COO or CEO work is solely focused on building that business value and preparing it for the exit. So it's a little bit different focus, but we've been doing it a long time now. We get the systems and get the team in place to be able to take that business through the sale into the next owner and create that success. That's ours. All focuses on that. So it's a little different than a fractional COO that's going to be, basically getting some systems and procedures and doing some team, making sure that the business is still generating profits. We're really just focused on, not just, but we're solely focused on getting that business attractive to buyers and to the value it needs to be.
Roger that. How does your background in the military help you operate your business? And also, how does your engineering background shape your brain into a successful business owner?
Military background, I learned the importance of persistence in pushing your limits. Somebody was talking to me about that the other day, the military. I said, you don't realize what you can do until you have to do it, right? I didn't know that I could get up and run six plus miles every morning, work out, and go do all the kind of stuff that I had to do in the military when you're in. And you don't know what you can do in business either until you really just lay it out and go, okay, we're going to start and we're going to do it. So it helps us there, helps me a lot in that. And then when I think about my engineering degree, it just helped me to refine my systematic thinking. How do we put the pieces together to drive the largest success in the shortest time possible? And use that 80-20 rule. We're hitting the 20% to create 80% of the results as quickly as possible. So we're not sitting around, we're moving, we're making things happen.
And the engineering background?
Yeah, the engineering background gives me the keys to put the pieces together. That's really what that helped me do.
So you combine both and you get something powerful, I guess. Tell me about the podcast. Like, why did you start it, and what were your goals, and what did you achieve with it so far?
My goal was to really meet more interesting people, smart people, right? Because as good as I am delivering smart people to my clients' problems, that controls how much value I can generate for my clients and for myself. And I knew that by having this podcast that I could meet more people, and it's really been proven to be true. The people I get to meet and the opportunities it affords me for new work, new collaborations, or just having someone that I can specifically drop into a very niche problem that I need to solve almost immediately is invaluable in my client work.
You said when we started the interview that you're always laughing and having a good time. What's your secret to do that in business?
Don't take myself too seriously.
Well, you're pretty serious now.
It's not, I mean, but I mean, it's what, I don't make a difference in the world. Come on. I don't make it. I can impact some people, but really we take ourselves too seriously. Like, oh, I'm just another person trying to do a good thing. Let's live for that, man. Let's work hard, just have some fun and do what we're going to do. We just take things way too seriously. And, if it's not, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, the only reason to be serious is if somebody's going to get hurt or something's going to last, whatever's going to happen is going to last for a long time. The effects are. Other than that, why worry about it?
Right. And I guess, when you're in charge of selling someone's business, people get quite emotional, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
They're a bit stressed or very much stressed. Some of them, they start panicking, and sometimes you're more of a psychotherapist than you're a business broker, right?
Yes. It's a lot of that. And, sometimes you just have to help people understand that it's a deal or it's not. We're going to try to do everything it can, but at the end of the day, it's going to go one way or the other, no matter what we do. So let's try to do our best job, and hopefully we'll get a deal done. But if we don't, we'll regroup and figure out what we're going to do next. I mean, we've had to go through when we talk about 90% plus selling of businesses, it doesn't happen the first time. A lot of times, sometimes we have to go back and go, oh, the buyers didn't like this. Well, let's fix that. And now we get it sold, so you just gotta know that your persistence and willingness to change will help you succeed.
Love it. Where can people find out more about you, Damon, and about your business?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn or at our website. My Damon Pistulka, I'm the only person in the world with my name, first of all. So second of all, LinkedIn or our website, exityourway.com.
Love it, dude. And I am Charles Cormier, host of founderwisdompodcast.com. If you want to start, scale, or